Hi, class of 2015. Woo, you're graduating. Congrats. Anyway, Mr. Hong kind of wanted me to share a little bit about my depression for semester, and I think it would be good for some of you to know this so that you're like prepared, I guess, and know that you're not the only one out there that might go through this. So basically, what I went through first semester was a lot of like, I don't know, I was just really sad. Um, so I came to college thinking that it was gonna be like a really chill, like I'll get to do whatever I want, and um, homework wouldn't be a problem, and I'd take classes that I want to take, but that wasn't it. So I was taking four classes, and they were all really tough. Like chemistry, I hate chemistry, and I had theology, which is a ton of reading, and philosophy, which is also a ton of reading and writing, and also sociology, which was a little bit more okay. And because I had so much things to do, I didn't know where to start. And as a freshman, they normally recommend freshman students not to take classes like that, but then I didn't know, and my advisor probably assumed that I was really smart or something, so I guess, like, he told me I should take these classes, and I did, and I struggled. So I partly blame my classes and also the weather. The weather here was terrible. Like, I grew up in the Philippines, and like I've always been in warm areas. Like, I've never lived through winter. But Michigan this year, they said that it's been the worst for the past like 50 years or something. And we never usually have snow days, which is when they let you skip class because the snow was so bad. But it happened this year, which was like first time in like 20 years or something. And so that happened, and I was just not used to the snow, and it was so cold. I didn't want to work out, and so I partly blame the weather, and also I blame myself. I kind of stayed away from God. I was angry with God because before I came to college, I didn't really like, people are like, "Oh, I want to go to this college. I want to go to like all the Ivy Leagues," but honestly, I really didn't care. I was kind of like, I'll just go to whatever college, and I applied to Calvin because my brother's here and it's a pretty good college, so I came here, and then I assumed that God would put me where he thinks I belong, and I'm like, God knows me the best, so I'll probably go where he wants me to go. And then so I come to Calvin, and it's pretty warm, and people here are pretty chill, so I like it the first week. And then I realized that like it's really boring here. Like, I can't go out anywhere if I wanted to. Like, I need to take the bus, and the bus is very like inconsistent with time. So I was really angry with God. I was like, God, how can you put me through this? Why are you doing this to me? So I kind of stopped talking to God. So I stopped reading my Bible. I stopped praying. And I think that was what brought me down the most, because I think God wanted me to practice like trusting Him, but I wasn't willing to do that, because back at Faith, like, I wouldn't say I didn't trust Him, but I had so many like people around me to guide me, like my dorm parents, my teachers. But here it's more like you need to do this like on your own because you're in college now. But I wasn't willing to like take that, so I guess I was a bit immature about it. And then so basically, first semester I was very like negative. Like, even my friends say that they felt that negativity from me because I was so like angry with the world. And then and I was really depressed. Like, I remember I was crying, and I was angry with God, and I would ask God. I would be like, "Why are you doing this to me? Like, do you like to see me sad?" And I was just really sad. Like, if I think about it, I'm like, wow, how did I even go through that? So I think it came to a point where I really needed like guidance, and like I needed direction, because I was going to class without knowing why am I going to class? Like, why am I living? And like I wouldn't say I became suicidal, but like, sometimes I'm like, oh, I'm really sad. Like, what's the point of living life? And like, questions like that came up to my head. And then I emailed Mr. Hong and a few other teachers, and I'm like, I need help. Like, I need to get my life straight, or I'm just gonna struggle this for the rest of my life. So, so of course, my teachers who love me told me I should really see a counselor, and that like I should make time to see my counselor too. So at first I was kind of like a little bit hesitant. Like, I was actually thinking about it before emailing them, but like I thought like emailing them would be fine, but of course, since they're so far away, they can't help me as much. So I waited for a day, and I remember crying. Like, that whole week I was just crying every night. And so I decided to meet my counselor, and I set up an appointment, and I met him. And it was very just like casual talking. Like, I honestly thought he was gonna like diagnose me with some type of depression, but then he was like, oh, that's a very common depression. And like, he honestly didn't give me much guidance. Like, he just talking to him made me realize where I was at. Like, and also I remember Skyping my dad the next week, and he was like, are you even reading your Bible? And that kind of like struck me too, because I realized how far I was from God. And like, I even though I didn't want to, because I was so angry with God, I decided to like open my Bible again, and I did. And so I started reading the Bible again, and first semester wasn't over yet. I was still like struggling. I was barely making through my classes. My GPA is down the toilet. And so I just pulled through first semester. I was like, God, just help me just pass all my classes and just get through first semester. And then I did. So during Christmas break, I like put down all my books, and I'm like, I'm going to stay away from studying. And so I decided to take a break from everything. And it was very refreshing. Like, I got to stay away from that and see what differences I can make so that I can live happier. Because I think last semester was like the lowest point in my life. Like, I don't think I've ever gone lower than that, because it was to the point where I like actually felt sorry for myself. I'm like, wow, I'm just like a sorry little girl. And I was just like, wow, you're so like sad. And I normally hate getting pitied by people, but I like pitied myself. And so I so in Christmas break, I got to go to New York and meet some faith like alumni and close friends. So that really helped me. Like, it renewed my strength in a way. Like, oh, my friends like are here. I'm happy again, and I forgot what it was to be happy, and it came back to me. So it's kind of nice. And then so I realized that like I don't know. I started reading my Bible more, and it like I don't know. Even though sometimes the verses weren't really relevant to me, like I feel I just knew that my day was better because I read His Word. Like, there's power, and so I like I still read my Bible now, and I decided to change the things I do this semester by doing things I like to do. So, of course, I do my classes. I take my classes. And on top of that, I do things I want. So, I played a lot of soccer in high school. So, I decided to apply for a coaching job in a middle school called Potter's House, which is a school for like the really ghetto area where not a lot of students get like a good education. And I coach middle school girls soccer, and yeah, that's one thing I changed, and it's helping me. Like, actually, I'm like a little bit more busier because of that, but like it keeps me on top of things. Like, I do my homework on time because I need to go to practice tomorrow and coach. And I'm actually coaching with another older coach because I'm still really young, and he's actually been to the Philippines too, so we kind of get along. And I also started playing a lot more soccer. I play every Sunday, and I sometimes play for teams who need subs for intramurals because I can't play full time because I'm coaching now. And I'm also hanging out with friends more, and like, once you get more busier, I think it's better to stay busy, because first semester I feel like I didn't know how to use my time wisely. So I'm like, what am I doing? Like, I have so much homework to do, but I don't want to, and I'm like just like really depressed and down. And then now that I'm more busy and I actually like, oh, I'm playing soccer on Sunday, so I'll finish my homework before I play soccer. So it's like kind of like that. And so I think when you guys go to college, like, I know some of you guys would do fine, like, which is great. I don't want you guys to ever go through what I went through, because it's just not fun. But make sure you're like happy. Like, God wants you to be happy. So like, if you're going to class and you're like, wow, why am I even going to class? And like, just like pray and make sure you do things that makes you happy, because there's a lot of things to do in college and you just gotta find it. Like, I realize that you need to make an effort to like have fun too. So like, if you want to hang out with friends, you gotta go search them, like see what they like to do and make your own adjustments to them. And it's actually like worth it to like actually hang out with them, because it really renews your strength if you're an extrovert like me. So yeah, so I hope you guys all went into the college you guys wanted to, and I hope this video is a good help for some of you. And yeah, I'll see you guys soon in May 25th. See you.